a particular witness who has already been given written statement or his statements were being reduced to written form by someone. In that case, while cross-examining such witness, what is the rule that one need to remember? Hey guys, welcome to my legal classes. This is Ganesh Pujari, and in the series of Indian Evidence Act, we were focusing on chapter 10, which is all about examination of witness, covered between section 135 to 166. And in that series, this is my 7th video where we are going to focus on section 145, which is all about cross-examination as to previous statements in writing. Not taking much of your time, let's get into the section, the charts and the case laws along with illustration. Section 145 of the Evidence Act discusses about cross-examination as to previous statements in writing. Let us first read the Bare Act provision before getting into my chart. The provision says, a witness may be cross-examined as to previous statements made by him in writing or reduced into writing and relevant to matters in question without such writing being shown to him or being proved, but if it is intended to contradict him by the writing, his attention must, before the writing can be proved, be called to those parts of it which are to be used for the purpose of contradicting him. The section is quite easy, but the language used there or the way the section is being formed makes it look like little difficult. But nothing to worry, in my class we have charts which make them all easy. Let's get into the chart. It says whenever a witness is cross-examined, remember this happens during cross-examination. The examination in chief is already completed and now we are in the stage of cross-examination. That is the first point we need to observe. Whenever a witness is cross-examined about a previous statement made by him. Now this is the second important aspect we need to remember. First, it is done or the section 145 of Indian Evidence Act is applied during cross-examination, and number 2, there is a previous statement made by the witness. And what is number 3? Those previous statements made by him are given in written form by himself or the statements were being reduced into writing by someone else. Now this is the third important aspect we need to observe here. Now what are such documents may be? It may be a police diary or a document or a letter, etc. Now we have discussed in detail while discussing what is document. Now you have to understand all of those which are in written form, and such written statement may be given by the witness himself or it is being reduced by someone into writing. Now if on those written statement, if a party is cross-examining, now the first rule is those needs to be relevant to the matters in question. That is a very important aspect which is always required. Now while cross-examining such written aspects, if the intention is not to contradict such written statement, in that case need not to show such written documents to the witness. But if it is for the purpose of contradicting his earlier statements which are given in written form or being reduced by someone else into written form, in that case it is must to bring to the attention of such witness before questioning on that particular aspect. That is very important when it comes to section 145. Now let's go through a simple illustration and let's get into case laws in my next slide. As I said, I will make section 145 very easy with the help of this particular illustration. Now here what happened, there was a statement made by the witness and a police officer has reduced into written form by recording it in the police diary. Now what was the statement? I was in the crime spot at 5:30 a.m. Now this is being told by the witness and being recorded or reduced to written form by the police officer in the police diary. Now another very important aspect you need to remember, that whenever you are cross-examining on a particular written statement, that statement need to be signed by the witness. That is one of the prime requirement. Now you cannot ask any question on the any document available. Now the witness is responsible for those documents on which he has signed. That is a very important aspect. Now here in the police diary, it was recorded by the police officer that the witness was in the crime spot at 5:30 a.m. and it was being told by witness. Now this is in written form. If during cross examination, if the question is this way, that so you were in crime spot at 5:30 a.m., what were you doing at that particular time? This is absolutely okay, because in the police diary the witness has told that he was in crime spot at 5:30 a.m. and during cross examination the counsel is also saying the same statement, that so you were in crime spot at 5:30 a.m. There is no contradiction, but he is continuing the question with asking for the purpose, that what were you doing at that particular time. That is okay. He is not contradicting to the statement which is being already made by the witness. That is very important aspect. On the other hand, if the counsel tried to ask during cross examination the question this way, that you are usually going for your morning walk at 6:30 a.m., right? Now here what he is trying to do, he want to bring the answer yes for 6:30 a.m. so that he can contradict to the earlier statement made in written form in the police diary. Now that is not okay. He can always contradict on the written statement made earlier, but he has to show, or he has to tell him that earlier in the police diary you have said that you were there at crime spot at 5:30 a.m. but you usually go for morning walk at 6:30 a.m. So why were you early? That he can ask, but he has to tell the witness that he has earlier mentioned that he was there in the crime spot at 5:30 a.m. This is very important to recall the witness statement earlier that he has given in written form or been reduced by someone into written form. That is the importance of section 145. Final part, I have two case laws. I have mentioned all the citations and which para you need to refer, and I will quickly read those important aspects which is required for this particular presentation. Now we will not get into every single details of every single case law. We have to see the citations according to the requirement of that particular section. Now in the Kanu Ambu Vish versus the state of Maharashtra, it was told by the Supreme Court of India that it may be pointed out that any statement made in the Panchanama cannot be used in evidence except for the purposes of contradicting the witness whose statement is contained in Panchanama, but if it is intended to contradict him by the writing, his attention must, before the writing can be proved, be called to those parts of it which are to be used for contradicting him. If there are few statements made in Panchanama by the witness, and if a counsel during cross examination is trying to contradict such statement, in that case he has to show those required parts to the witness prior to contradicting them. That is the very important aspect held here by the Supreme Court of India. I have one more case law which is a very old case law, that is of 1915, which is Bal Gangadhar Tilak versus Sri Srinivas Pandit. Here also court very clearly told that Indian Evidence Act in its section 145 very clearly says that if there is something given in written form by the witness or being reduced into written form by someone else, first the part which are being trying to contradict by the cross examination counsel, he or she needs to explain those parts to the witness first, and only after he or she should be tried to be contradicted. Now that is the importance of Bal Gangadhar Tilak versus Sri Srinivas Pandit case law.
Papa, why should we get vaccinated?
Nishan, it is always said that prevention is better than cure. Now we are in the year 2021 and COVID is everywhere. So it is necessity for all of us to prevent from COVID. So it is always good to go for vaccination. Sometime in our life we will not having much options. Just like that, vaccination also plays a very important role. So we all need to get vaccinated to save ourselves as well as to save the society.
With that, I'm concluding this session. Please subscribe